Recording in progress.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. It is 2 o'clock, and welcome to our June 10th, 2025, 2 o'clock Commissioner Consent Agenda meeting. Let the record reflect that all 5 commissioners are present. We had no written testimony for items on today's agenda, and we will stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, thank you. That will then take us to our open public forum, and I do have one person signed up. So Becky Dickerhoof, if you'd like to come on. And we do have your written comments as well.
Becky Dickerhoof, Spokane City. I am here today to ask the County Commissioners to enact what is commonly referred to as the 1590 tax. This ordinance, which amended RCW 82.14.530, allows a county legislative authority to impose a sales and use tax not to exceed 0.1% of the selling price in the case of a sales tax, or value of the article used in case of a use tax. This will allow the county to create more homes for the unsheltered. At least 60% of that money must be used for the construction of housing and related services. The balance must be used for the operation, delivery, or services related to housing. On Sunday, the Spokesman Review ran an article describing the Kingfisher Village in Tacoma. Along with 60 tiny homes, the program will include case management offices and other amenities to help support the residents into permanent housing. The reason I mention this is, according to the article, this was accomplished with less than $4 million, an amount much less than the revenue expected if 1590 were enacted. In contrast, $20 million was spent on the disastrous track shelter over a 2-year period without lasting positive outcomes. A number of studies have shown that tiny homes have a higher success rate when transitioning homeless to permanent housing. On June 4th, 2025, a group of local employers, property owners and managers, nonprofit organizations, small businesses, and residents sent a letter described as aggressive to the Spokane City Council and Mayor. They described the conditions in the downtown area that have caused them to be concerned about the future of downtown and their economic interests. They made valid points, but they failed to offer a solution other than criminalization and punitive responses. Our community has focused on criminalization, which has not brought any lasting solution. We need to think outside the box that we have focused on for the last several decades. We need to focus our resources on things that work for the homeless and not what those outside the community think is best for the homeless. I'm encouraging the county commissioners to think outside the box and utilize all the tools and resources they have available to react to our housing and homelessness crisis. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so that is the only person I have signed up for the open public forum. Is there anyone else who would like to testify at open public forum? Anyone online? Seeing no one in the audience, no one online. Third and final call for anyone wishing to testify at the open public forum. Seeing no one, I will close the open public forum and I will look to my fellow commissioners.
Madam Chair, I move that we approve item 3 and all sub-items on today's agenda.
Second.
I have a motion and a second for item 3A through I on today's agenda. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes unanimously. So that is 4 minutes, but we do have one miscellaneous item. So
Becky was fast on her remarks, that's why.
exactly. Yes, yes. So I was just making the point that if we didn't have a miscellaneous item, that we would be done at this point in time. But we do have an item too that we are going to take today under miscellaneous, and so I wanted to just make sure that we had this opportunity to have our prosecutor Larry Haskell come up. I know you have something you would like to say.
And take as much time as you want.
Apparently there's a lot
Yes.
left over. No, I thank the board very much for giving me me an opportunity to come before you today and publicly announce the upcoming retirement that I'm going to have here. I want to say, first of all, that being elected to this office has been one of the greatest honors of my life. I put heart and soul in, and I know that you all know that. But come a time when it's time to let go, and my time to retire is upcoming. So I've provided you, and I met with each of you individually, but I have provided an official notice in writing to the county as well as to the public media outlet, Pat Bell, that I intend to retire at the close of the duty day on Friday, July 18th. Until then, I will be in the office, as you know, from 6 a.m. till whatever it takes every day, and I enjoy so much serving the public and serving the residents of Spokane County, as I know you do as well. I hope that after I'm gone, and I know that you will, because I know that you're dedicated public servants, that you will continue to provide sound government and well-being to the residents of Spokane County. I wanted to point out that I do believe that the board should consider at some point selecting a single voice to communicate after my absence and in the interim between the time that the statutory duties are accomplished by the Spokane GOP. And I have made recommendations to you in private and be willing to discuss with you any further options that you'd like to explore or anything like that. But in the interim, I can't thank the county residents for the honor of being the elected county prosecutor for 10 plus years. I've enjoyed the work, but it's a smart person that knows when it's their time and not past their time. And this is definitely my time. So I want to thank you again for the opportunity not only to serve, but also to serve with each of you. And any assistance that I can be to ease the transition, I will be there for you at whatever hour, on whatever day that you may ask. Thank you very much, unless you have questions for me.
Well, I think we'll all have a few comments, but can you state the service that you've given to our country and to this county? Because it's quite extensive, not just the last, 10 plus years as being a prosecutor, but I mean, your entire career
Sure.
has been in service to either our country and our community.
Sure, thank you, Commissioner. I appreciate that. Well, I joined the Air Force right out of high school. My juvenile brain said join at 18, so I did. And I spent 4 years as an enlisted security policeman guarding airplanes and bombers, fighters and bombers. Spent 2 years in Germany, decided that I'd rather fly airplanes than guard them. So I knew what the path I needed to take was get a college degree, and I did that. And then I became commissioned officer, and I did a year of pilot training in Oklahoma. And I flew B-52s for the first 7 years of my flying career, to and including at Fairchild Air Force Base, which is where I first actually resided in Spokane for 4.5 years. And as you know, I eventually came back. We loved it that much. But I went and flew B-1 bombers after that, and then decided I would go to law school. So I left the Air Force, went to law school in the mid to late 90s, and came back over here in 1998. Jim Sweetser hired me as a deputy prosecuting attorney in the May of 1998. And I served 4 years here, and then I had also joined the Air National Guard. And when 9/11 happened, we all knew we'd be getting letters. So I got a letter from the Air Force, and they invited me back for 3 years. So I went and I served in the combat zone during Iraqi freedom and enduring freedom. Came back in 2005, fully retired. And other than a year that I did with the feds from mid-12 to mid-13, I've been with the county ever since. And I ran in 14 for the initial run, and have been elected 3 times. Very proud of my military service, very proud of my time in the theater, and most of the days were very good. Some were very long.
Well, thank you for that, because I think that's important for people to know and understand your dedication. So, thank you.
Commissioner.
Commissioner French.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I was here when Larry first started with the county, and I've got to say that under his leadership, I think the prosecuting attorney's office has been outstanding. I think you've provided structure, you've provided leadership. You've always been there to respond even to the most difficult questions and navigate a path forward for the county that benefited all of our taxpayers. So thank you for not only your service to this country, and having worn the uniform, I know that that's a very challenging time, but thank you for your service to the country and the military, and thank you for your service to the county and being our prosecuting attorney and always watching out for our best interest. There's a lot that goes on in your office that the general public doesn't know, but that you know. And because you know it, you want to do the right thing. And that's one thing that I've always admired about you. You've always wanted to do the right thing. And I deeply appreciate that. And we'll miss you.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you.
I can't put into words quite how much I will miss this job, this responsibility in this community. So thank you.
Commissioner Kearns.
Yeah, I want to just start off by saying thank you. I know when we spoke last week, I shared with you the story I remember the very first time that we met. And, you know, I just, you know, you came into this office at a time where, you know, I think, you know, they needed a strong leader, and you provided that. You know, I just want to personally thank you for the number of times that you took time to walk through different items that were in front of us, you know, sharing sort of the constitutionality of it, where it fits in statute. I mean, the encyclopedia brain that you have, being able to rattle off RCWs and WACs, just it amazes me. But you know, most of all, I want to thank you for your friendship. You've always been there for me. You've always offered great advice, you know, professionally and personally, and I just can't thank you enough. Thank you for everything you've done.
Thank you, Josh.
Commissioner Waldron.
Well, thank you, Larry. I remember the first time we met too, and you brought Commissioner Jordan and I into your office. I didn't quite know what to expect, but it was a great meeting.
I hope.
It was a great meeting, and I really appreciate your length of service. Really, it's all public service that you've done, so thank you for that. And you know, it's been challenging with a lot of the retirements over the time that you've been here. People who have been working for years and years with lots of knowledge in the prosecutor's office. And I think you've done a great job bringing in new talent and some great folks that are going to keep us moving forward very strong as Spokane County with our prosecutor staff. So thank you for that. I know it's been challenging. We had lots of conversations the last couple of years, and we worked together to increase the wages so that we can really bring in the best and brightest talent to Spokane County. So thank you for standing up for that need that we have, and I wish you well in your retirement. Really wish you well.
Thank you, Commissioner. Thank you.
We're going down the line. Just want to thank you as well for a lifetime of service. It's really impressive, a lot of dedication to put in all those years and in all those different roles. And you certainly didn't pick any easy jobs. You know, the work that your team does is really hard work and really important work. The caseloads, the really difficult situations on the criminal side that they respond to, it's not easy. And it doesn't seem to get any easier, I think, for them for a number of reasons, including volume and the seriousness of the issues that they deal with. And I think you've done a really great job putting together a top-notch team. As a former Assistant Attorney General, we were constantly in competition with the AG's office trying to recruit that top talent, and you were always very formidable including nabbing back some people that I directly supervise. I don't know what that was about.
Can't imagine.
So it's
Commissioner.
good to be on your team as it relates to recruiting top talent now. But when we first started in 2023, I think one of the first things you said was, you know, when it comes to my legal advice and job as prosecutor, it's about the law, not about politics. And I've just found the way that you arrange that team and provide that legal service to be professional. And I really appreciate and respect that. And congratulations to you, wishing you well.
Thank you. Thank you all very much. And I do want to tell you, and I've also mentioned it, I haven't got a full announcement out to the office, but as soon as I get back there, I will be, because I needed to do this part of it first. But I'll be carrying that 509 phone number for some period of time. And it's not about a paycheck, it's about commitment, and I will answer the phone. So thank you very much.
Well, and Larry, I just want to say, from my perspective, you know, thank you. I think one of the most important phone calls that I got from you, I think, was when you called to tell me that Jim Amacio was retiring. So.
I couldn't believe he did that. I gave him his 45-year pin about 3 weeks later. He sent him out the door. But about 3 days after that, he walked back in.
So as you know, things seemed to be, they were all steady and safe and secure in the prosecutor's office. And then Jim Amacio retired. And as Commissioner Waldorf said, we've seen several retirements since then. And so I do appreciate the steadfast that you had through all of that to do what was right for the county and to do what was right for the Board of County Commissioners as you represent us. And you have done a great job, you know, that in the entire time that I've been here as commissioner. So I just want to say thank you for that.
Thank you very much. And again, it's just been an extreme honor of a lifetime. So thanks. And I'll be around for a while. So
There you go.
Well, and if you do plan on doing a Jim Amacio, we're open.
We can see if we've got the votes. Yeah.
Okay. So one of the responsibilities that we'll have, not only in selecting Mr. Haskell's replacement, and there's a whole party process to go through to do that, and that'll take a certain amount of time. But in the interim, we will need an interim prosecuting attorney to conduct the business after Mr. Haskell's day of retirement, which is set by the letter of July 18th. So I would like to make a motion that we appoint, effective July 19th, Preston McCullum as the interim prosecuting attorney. And I'm making this motion now for the purpose of providing a sense of continuity for the department, so that there's eliminate any uncertainty that might occur in this period between now and July 18th and stuff. So so I'll make that motion and see if it gets any traction.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, I have a motion and a second to appoint Preston McCullough as the interim prosecuting attorney effective, I'm going to make sure I got my dates, July 19th. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Motion passes unanimously. Well, again, thank you, Larry. I'm gonna So we do still have a few other things. I'm going to look to Mr. Simmons and Mr. Folsom for the next things that we have.
We have 3 executive session items today. In the first one, the board, Matt Folsom, Scott Simmons, Kyle Tuig, Jasper Coulter. No action for all 3. That should be 5 minutes. In the second one, Scott Simmons, Matt Folsom, Jeff McMorris, Devin Curta. Also 5 minutes, no action. And then the third one, Matt Folsom, Scott Simmons, Jeff McMorris, Devin Curta, and Pat Bell. That'll probably be about 10 minutes. These are all pending and potential litigation. No action.
Okay. So you heard the reasons why we're going to go into executive session for those 3 items with those people in attendance. Oh, whoops, we're not done yet.
And then after that, we'll have a closed session on labor negotiations.
Okay. So we will be going into executive session for the items just noted by Mr. Folsom, and that'll be approximately 20 minutes. No action would be taken. At the end of that, we will do we adjourn officially and then go into closed session? It is a good question. Okay, so we will adjourn and then go into a closed session at that point in time. So thank you all very much for being here. Appreciate it. And again, Larry, sad to receive that retirement, but very excited for you.